So this video is actually going up for a forum that I'm a part of. It's called Cow Guns, and had a bit of problem with 30-06 resizing. There was improper sizing taking place with my dies, and there's been sort of a conversation stirred up about whether it's the die or the chamber of my rifle, or the adjustment of the press or the press itself. And so today we're just going to do a quick little test, and it's being done for them for my own information. So anybody who doesn't know what it's for, that's what it's for. Here's 2 brass out of the batch that I'd resized and then tumbled. I don't know if you can see it there. I'm going to hold them up very closely. There's actually a small portion at the base of the neck that's not getting resized with my particular die set for whatever reason. And so we were trying to estimate if this problem was because the die is out, which some people don't agree with. Some people feel that my chamber might be cut too tight, which other people don't agree with. And other people thought it might have been an adjustment, which I've done over and over again. And for the sake of sorting that out now, we're going to run a little experiment. So these 2 brass will be labeled 1-1 and 1-2, and we'll do that with a Sharpie. And 1-2. Like so. The die that's in here currently in my press right now is a die that Ford Trucks from Cow Guns was nice enough to loan me, and I'll be able to use it because it's a known good die. It's a die that has been known to turn out good brass, and it'll be a good baseline. We're gonna name this one 1-1, and then my die will be named 1-2. So we're gonna start by putting a little bit of mink oil. That's what I like to use to size these dies on 1-1, and a little bit on 1-2. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and stick 1-1 into Ford Trucks die, like so. Go ahead and inspect it. Wipe it off real quick. Actually looks better, to be honest. 1-1 assessed. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off and put his die back in the box. Just to show it to you, that's what it looks like now. Now we're going to take my die, again, run the ram off. Run it in. Dies tightened up, quarter turn in from touching the shell holder. Show 1-2. can see just from, I haven't even cleaned it off, and I can tell it hasn't reached the bottom of the case neck. In fact, the mink oil may actually help identify that. I'm not sure if you guys can see it properly. So I can tell already that it's not sizing the whole shebang. Yeah, in fact, you can see it in the markings. It's not getting down to the bottom. And this is the point I'm trying to point out with this die. I don't know, maybe it is a neck sizing only die. I'm really not too sure how you would tell. I'm really not too sure where you would look to make sure, or what the, because they both appear to be the same, except that his is in the flat and mine is in the round. Mine is an older die though, so. Now we're going to go ahead and run inside, and we're going to try to chamber up these two brass inside my rifle. So then you have shell 1-1. Then you have shell 1-1, which was sized in Ford Truck's resizing die. This will be interesting to do with one hand. And it bolts up. It bolts up no problem, right? Then you have the 1-2, which is from mine. Is tight. And I don't even want to force it down, but it's tight. And honestly, I don't say it all. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, you guys have to know on some level. I mean, obviously, this is an adjustment issue. It's not a issue of the it's not an issue of the rifle. It's not an issue of the press. It's an issue of the die, like I thought it would be. Okay guys, just to recap a couple of things before it gets confused, before I even upload this video and it gets confused. This is specifically to the guys on Calguns. I want to first start by saying thank you for all of your help, and any help you continue to give me is appreciated. First of all, the shell holder, which is brand new, was the same one used in both dies, and the adjustment was to run the die down until it reached the shell holder, which was fully in the up position, and then to turn it an additional 1/8 to quarter turn before locking it down. So there is no variance there between the two, followed directly by the results that the shell holders, or that the dies, gave me, which was two very different results. One was a known die, and that die gave me a consistent chamberable brass, while the other die, which is not a known good die, which is my die, did not give me chamberable results. So that means that the last 16,000s, 15,000s, 10,000s, whatever it comes out to be, it's a real tough spot to measure on a case. That part of the case is preventing the brass from chambering properly. I know a lot of people wouldn't seem to think that that's enough to do it, but in this case it clearly is. The rifle, for those of you who are curious about it, is a Remington 700 ADL with a 4 to 12 by 40, 4 to 12 by 42 Redfield on top. There's no reason that the brass itself should be doing what it's doing in my die, the not known good die, or 1-2, die 1-2 for this experiment. It could be a die that was machined improperly. It could have been a die that was altered by somebody. To clear up some of the questions, I know most of you know that I bought it used. The story behind it was that the guy I bought it from got it out of a storage unit that had a bunch of reloading stuff in it, including some other little bits and bobs that I purchased from him, and that he didn't know their condition. He was a reloader at one time many years prior, but was not reloading when I met him, and had not been for like a decade. So it seems unlikely that it was one of his personally, and he's feeding me a story, but who knows? And what difference does it make? We can rule out that it's a neck-only sizing die because it's obviously not sizing the whole neck. During the stroke of the known good die, I did not have any tension on the last quarter of the upstroke that would lead me to believe that the die is bumping back the shoulder, and really this shouldn't be taking place. Obviously there's an issue, and I haven't the foggiest idea what could be causing that issue, honestly. I don't. And there could only be a few things in my mind. So anyway, I hope that clears some things up for some people. I hope that some of the heated debate can kind of chill out and cool off, because I think we're all here for the same thing, and I think it would be better if we were all kind to one another and able to work really cohesively, to be honest. I mean, what is the purpose of a reloading forum if we can't be there to lean on one another when we need help? Anyway, thank you for your guys' help. Hope this clears some things up, and talk to you guys later. Bye.